Hello everyone, good morning and Assalamu alaikum. It's my pleasure to greet you this morning after Eid holidays. How are you, dear students? Welcome to the Facebook Live class on Communicative English. Can you hear me, please? It sounds good if there is no interruptions. Well, I believe that you are all safe in your home and hope you have enjoyed Eid holidays much better than other holidays. Okay, anyway, thanks once again to join Facebook Live class. All right, dear students, our today's lesson is not too heavy. Simply I will talk about the new part of communicative English. I hope you have learned about the practical process to communicative English. Do you remember the earlier classes at the beginning of online class? I discussed then. In communicative English, we have two parts. So far, I remember that at the first or maybe at the second class, I discussed about the syllabuses where I talked about the distribution of marks and the process to the communicative English. Okay. Don't worry. In today's lesson, I will give you a short brief on the contents that belong to the practical part. So let's see what happens to the practical process to communicative English in lesson 1. Okay, hope you are watching the first slide and you know that we are involved with teaching and learning with communicative English for all technology. Subject code is 6572. This is the practical part. In Before the Eid holidays, we have learned the theoretical part, but from today, I would like to teach you the practical options of communicative English. And here, the objectives of practical part is a little bit different what we have learned in the theoretical part. Okay. After completing this part, you will be able to develop, communicate the areas that learners encounter in real life situations, meaning that when you will go for the workplace, I mean, in your profession, you may encounter some situations, different situation. I mean, work situations. So there you can. Our aim is to develop to make you competent that you might encounter in that situation, and you may communicate there practically. Okay. And secondly, you see, they reinforce the basic language skills of listening and speaking. Actually, as I said earlier, that if you want to master the language or master a language, especially in English, of course, you have to integrate four skills. That is listening, reading, speaking, and writing. But in a practical process, mostly I will give emphasis on listening and speaking skills. Okay, and at the same time, we will try to adopt the digital tools. I mean, we have to integrate ICT. The abbreviation is the elaboration is of ICT is information and communication technology. Of course, we will use or integrate ICT as tools in learning language. And repeatedly, several times, we have learned how to use information technology in terms of learning language. We practiced in the theoretical part also. But here, you will get the uh, you will get the what should I say? That means details of the details of the use of ICT as tools in terms of learning this language. Okay, so let's see what happens to the next slide. Okay, in lesson one, I mentioned that we are experiencing the practical part. So, in lesson one, lecture one, you will experience the following. That is, our today's topic is about practical approaches to communicative English. And ultimately, vocabulary is a very main part, as a very important part of learning a language. And we will know some vocabulary and phrases related to communicative English, right? And you will be given some task for writing option. That is, for homework, you have to develop, or you have to write articles on the process of using correction software. I talked a lot. I have given you the option how you can use correction software, and I have shown you while we had experienced writing a paragraph, where we have seen how correction software can be used. And ultimately, group discussion. Thirdly, you have learned how to use information and communication technology to learn a language. Okay, we have experienced these events frequently in our previous lessons. Okay, in the theoretical part. Okay, all right. Don't forget to use headphones while going to listen to me, because there may have some technical interruptions. There may have some sound problems. Okay, so if you use headphones, it will help you much better to listen to me clearly. Okay. All right. First, I would like to let you know the elements, or the contents of the syllabus that belongs to the practical part. First, you have to you have to learn how to use dictionary. Okay, this is very important. Nowadays, students don't go for the manual dictionaries. Okay, of course, they are using tools. And so far, I guess that all of you who are attending my class are using Android phones, and that means you are using digital tools in terms of learning language. Okay, so first, you see, you have to learn how to use dictionary, and at the first step, know how to use dictionary. You have to learn how to use dictionary, and I will let you know how to use dictionary step by step in the next class. Okay, so today you just see what happens to that practical part, what are the elements, what are the contents are given. And so far I guess that you have already experienced the contents of the syllabus. So at the stage of using dictionary, know how to use a dictionary, learn at least 10 words in a day with correct pronunciations. And I will let you show how you can use dictionary digitally, and how every day you can learn at least 10 words in a day. Okay, and secondly, you see, unit 2, basic vocabulary practice. Okay, all right, dear students, as I mentioned earlier, that you have nothing to be worried, because English is a very easy language, you know. And here you see basic words for communication by Ozens. Ozens is a linguist, and he has prescribed not more than 800 to 1000 vocabulary, and by using this vocabulary you can easily communicate or you can easily confidently you can communicate yourself in the workplace situations or real life situations. And I will let you show, as I said earlier, that step by step the how the oceans basic vocabulary can be used in our daily practice of communication. Okay, so you see each and every unit, the links are given. Here you see uh, mm, www.oceansbasicvocabulary.com. If you click there, ultimately you will get the list of the Oceans Basic Vocabulary, and where I hope that you will get not more than 1000 words, and using these words properly you can easily correspond with your friends, colleagues, and with anybody else. Okay, so I hope that you will try of yourselves clicking on the very link. Here you see www.oceansbasicvocabulary.com, and I will suggest you today you will click today you will visit these addresses to know about the Oceans Basic Vocabulary. Okay, and for listening practice, you see, you must listen to the audio video presentation on current real life situations. Here, the general objectives, specific objectives are given in the title box. You see, the first practice audio video conferencing activities. I will let you know how you can practice audio video conferencing activities in the later classes. Okay, and then communicate with the English speaking people online. The link is given here, the address is given here. If you go there, of course you will get the details, but now I would like to give you short details. Okay, so at the very beginning of my classes of theoretical part, you see, if you remember that these addresses are given at the end of my presentations, and if you visit there till today you will get this address. Okay, and I will let you introduce how you can use this software, how you can use this uh, 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 link. Okay, all right, this is the continuation of the syllabus. You see, number 4, speaking skill practice, self interpretation. Okay, uh, I introduced your introduce yourself with the vocabulary prescribed by Oceans. Okay, and then browse vocabulary phrases related to introducing yourself, and the link is given, the address is given. If you use if YouTube channels, then of course if you get the technique of introducing yourself. Besides, I have given you tips how to introduce yourself in the theoretical part, but in the practical part I will uh, give you more tips how you can introduce yourself publicly. Okay, so you can visit the address www.youtube.com slash let me introduce myself. If you write the address, ultimately you will get the tips there. Okay, and listening skill practice, listening to the weather reports, sports commentary in the English TV channels. All right, dear students, these nowadays, these are all very easy to access in this very channels. If you download the channels in your mobile phone, you can easily access to this channel, and you can listen to the weather reports, sports commentary. Okay, And then make some attractive poster to protect environment. I talked about this. I taught you about uh, how to make attractive poster to protect the environment. Okay, so let's see what happens to the next. All right, speaking skill practice, you see, actually these are called GO, I mean general objectives, and these are called SO, that is specific objectives, and these are the topic title. Okay, so, in terms of speaking practice, you have to identify formal and informal social language. I have given you the tips in theoretical part on this very formal and informal social language, and in practical part, I will give you more tips on how to use formal and informal social language. Okay. So here in this unit, the topic are practice conversation, emphasizing on greetings and farewell. Of course, you visit this website where you will get the tips, more tips, a lot of tips there. Okay, take part in audio video conferencing activities. Of course, you have to take part in audio video conferencing activities, and uh, for that reason, I suggest you to uh, get engaged yourself with group discussion over net. Okay, on net. Okay, then ask questions about personal information, place of interest, food, hobby, employment, opportunity with foreign friends using social media. Okay, all right, dear students, do you have any foreign friends to share your ideas about the place of interest, food, hobby, employment, opportunity? Okay, it is a very important task to make friends with the foreigner. I mean the foreign people that will help you to become competent in speaking, because uh, the reason behind is you will have no more options to speak other than English. Okay, so right or wrong doesn't matter. You will feel forced to speak English with a foreign friend. If you communicate, it is much better. Then it is much better to communicate with a foreign friend with the very topics, because when you go for speaking with the foreign friends, you will have no more options to speak in Bengali. Of course, you have to make him or her understand using English. So regarding this, I think that it is very useful to make a foreign friends so that you can carry on conversation with him or with her. Okay, all right, don't worry. I will let you see how you can correspond with a foreign friend, how you can uh, get connected with a foreign friend. Okay, in my later classes. Okay. All right, writing skill practice, develop paragraph. Already we have finished this task several times in our theoretical part. And still we are doing the same thing in writing task. Each and every lesson we have a task or homework that you are supposed to write of your own. So we are practicing a lot on writing skills. Okay, and maybe so far I remembered that I have not uh, mm, taught you how to write email, how to send email, how to reply email. Okay, don't worry. I will let you see how to write email correctly, how to send it, and how to reply. Okay. And then again, listening skill practice. As I mentioned earlier, that in our objectives, we have given much more emphasis on using listening and speaking practice, speaking skills. So you have to spend more time with these very two skills. Okay. So regarding this, you must watch short films, documentary, and listen to the English music. with lyrics to practice in a group. Okay, students, do you remember that in one of our lecture or presentation, I tried to introduce a music with lyric where you were asked to or advised to do some activities. Okay, all right. In future, I will give you more task on listening to music with lyrics. Okay, don't worry. And in the topic, you see, listen to hard talk interview. Okay, it might be a difficult. It might be seems difficult to you, but nothing. Don't worry. It's very easy. Each and every day we are watching. What should I say? If I say in Bangla, যে আমরা প্রতিদিন টেলিভিশনে টক শো দেখছি আসলে these are called hard talk interview. ওকে, ওখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে যে টেলিভিশনের সাংবাদিকরা প্রশ্ন করছেন দেশি বিদেশি স্কলারদের সঙ্গে, স্কলারদেরকে তারা উত্তর দিচ্ছেন। বেসিক্যালি দিস আর কল্ড হার্ড টক, ওকে, অর ইন্টারভিউ। So nothing to be worried. We will practice. Okay. Then prepare a series of questions to interview a celebrity. We love celebrity. We love to talk with celebrity. We love to share our feelings with a celebrity. So it is very important. So regarding this or in terms of this topic, you have to prepare a series of questions to interview a celebrity. Download documentary from, you can download some documentary from www.youtube.com/education. Okay, and so far I remember that this is the last unit presentation. আমরা তো জানি যে প্রেজেন্টেশন মানে হচ্ছে this is the last part of the communication. This is the last part of the communicative language. Of course, you learn a lot, but if you fail to present before the public, everything will go effortless. So this is very important. You have to learn the presentation skill. So regarding this, if I say that entertain or entertain yourself preparing a documentary in a group with the activities done during the period of class hours in the lab for communicative English. Okay, all right, dear students, suppose you are in a physical class, though we are now in a virtual class, but if you are in a physical class, of course you have to do a lot of activities there. So you can have a shot, you can take some photos, you can take some pictures of your activities. So including you can include all these activities to prepare a documentary for enjoying what you have done the last semester. Okay, this is very entertaining task, and if your teacher asks you to present your documentary, then you will feel much better. Okay, and you will feel comfort that you did a lot of work there. Okay, next, evaluation. Okay, how you can our main target is to get some feedback. Okay, you know, if you continue 6 months with in the semester and continue learning language, and lastly you will expect some evaluation, meaning that what you have learned spending 6 months or spending 1 semester. So in terms of that, evaluation is very important. You have to learn what you have learned. You have to calculate what you have learned the last period of time you have spent on learning this language. So regarding this, you can be evaluated individually or in a group on the basis of performance done in the language lab. Furthermore, you may be given online tests using authenticated websites like www.britishcouncil.org/education /blog/podcast/news/weather, etc. Or for grammatical evaluation, you can visit www.englishtesttester.com. If you go there, you will get a lot of testing items, and you can click there and you can learn the instant feedback, or you can get the instant feedback. Okay, so we can evaluate our students following this uh, website. Okay, references, actually the references I made or I used for becoming or for making you more competent in learning a language, or to make you or to drive you to self to become a self motivated learner. uh, these are the references given all through the syllabus. You can use these websites to make you competent, to make you self motivated learner. So it will help you to become a good learner of communicative English. All right, dear students, we are at the end of our presentation. You see homework for sessional, and you are advised to write a paragraph or write a composition on write the process of using correction software. Okay, all right. This is not new. This topic is not new to you. We have used correction software while we have practiced writing paragraph, a good paragraph. You see, and repeatedly we have used this software, and ultimately we got the fair one. Ultimately, we have got the fair article of the given assignment. So I will let you show again how you can use this correction software while you go for practicing writing task. Okay. And you see, each and every lesson, I suggest you to know some new vocabulary. So here is not given any new vocabulary, but after experiencing this in today's lesson, I hope that you will get some new vocabulary, and you can write here, or you can practice uh, for the uh, for the next uh, upcoming sessions. Okay, so the topic is suggested for you for discussing among your friends online. That is how to use information and communication technology to learn a language. Okay, and I see that each and everybody is using this technology to learn language. In short, if I explain that if you want to learn the pronunciation perfectly by the native speaker, you can go to the uh, you can go to the search option, search engine. If you write any word, ultimately you will get the details of that very words, including pronunciation. You will get the meaning of that very words, you will get the synonyms, antonyms, all details, including pronunciation. So you have the option to learn the correct pronunciation from the native speaker. Okay, and in my later classes, I will let you show in practical how you can listen to, or how you can learn the words with correct pronunciation. Okay, all right. If you want to watch this presentation once more, of course, you have to keep watching and get connected with the following address, that is www.skills.gov.bd. And thank you so much, because time, I have to get going right now. I have to leave this class right now because time is getting up. So thank you so much for staying with me and listening to me uh, carefully. Thank you once again.